Hello and welcome to my channel again. My name is Beverly Onanye. If you're new here, please do me a favor. Click on the red button below and subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. You're welcome. And if you're not new here, you're welcome again. I hope this blesses you. Well, I really intended to talk about something else today, and I will do that. Please watch out for the next video. But as I went out this morning to drop my kids in school, on my way back, there was this terrible traffic, as in really terrible traffic. And in fact, I was there for like over an hour. And while we got to the middle of the road, at a point, some soldiers came to direct the traffic, and we got right to the center of the junction and we asked to stop. And so we just stood there waiting. So this guy passing by came to the car in front of mine, and was asking the person to turn to the right. Please turn to the right, shift. Oga, shift, make this other one pass so that you go pass. So I don't know, I didn't hear his response, but apparently he wasn't willing to move. Then the next thing I heard was the guy who asked him to shift to create way for the other vehicle to pass so that we could go, insulting him. See this stupid man, oh, foolish man, did not get sense. Just. And I was like, ah. In shock, I turned to look at him. I was like, what is bringing about that one? And he was like, see person when I want help, oh, I say make e shift, make the other person pass so that he go get road pass. He no green, say he no dey shift, he no dey move. You go sleep here today. And I just began to laugh. As I was laughing and wondering, like saying to myself, help now by force. If person say you no want help, sure you go leave am. What is bringing about the, insult? And it just occurred to me that is how a lot of us are, including myself. Like if we are doing our best or in good faith trying to help someone and they reject our help or are suspicious of our help or whatever, we get offended. And I think if we even get offended and it stops there, it will be cool. But like we get offended and become bitter towards the person we are trying to help. It's like the switch is so instant. Like I thought it was help, you wanted to help right now. Now it's like you could even beat me up, or that was like what I was sensing. Like this person I wanted to help, and the next minute is like he could even beat the guy up or do something, harm him, with the way he was going, and it's really bad, because we all have a right to choose, to choose to help just the way it was your own free will, or of the guy's free will to decide to help. The person you're trying to help also has a right to accept or not to accept the help. So I think this is why one of the fruits of the spirit is self-control. We need to be able to control ourselves and not really get like over the top angry to the point of like malice or bitterness, or I beg, since the person has rejected my help, I will just stay away and mind my business. Anything the person wants to do, that's the person's business. It also affects me because I remember as I was driving off that place, I believe the Holy Spirit began to remind me of someone I had tried to help severally, and he was asking me, would you still be friends with that person? And now that the fingers were pointed at me, I had to pause and like think. I was like, in my own personally, as in, if to be honest with you, naturally I would say no. Why would I want to be friends with somebody who doesn't want my help? And then if after I've tried all to help the person and the person refuses, and then the thing backfires and the person will want to come back to me like, and natural tendency will be like, I told you so, why? But I knew that the Spirit of God wouldn't let me say, because help is not by force. Sometimes we see things because it is someone else being affected. But when we see ourselves in those shoes, we may understand better or feel differently. I think sometimes the whole point of this whole video is to get us to realize that it is okay, it is a good thing to offer help, it is a good thing to want to help someone or to change someone's situation or whatever it is. But you should also know that just the way you choose to offer help, that person can also choose to refuse help. And if the person chooses not to accept your help, you do not get offended and say it's over. Since you don't want help, it's over between us. We're no longer friends, or we're no longer family, or we're no longer whatever it is. Jesus didn't treat us that way. He kept before we became saved, and he keeps giving us the option now of, this is the way, choose, but I am still here. He says, I stand at the door and knock. Whoever opens, I'll come in and sup with him. He doesn't say, I've been knocking since 1 a.m. You didn't open, so I'm gone, I'm off, I'm done. As long as there is an opportunity for you to help, keep offering. As long as that person, irrespective of whether the person accepts the help or not, make sure the person knows that you are always available. Whether the person doesn't want your help or the person wants your help, I'm available. With or without the help, I am here for you, or whatever the case may be. Jesus' love is always there for us. Anytime we come, his arms are always open for us. And I believe that that is the way he wants us to also treat ourselves. That our arms are always open and ready to help, or to be friends, or give a listening ear, or whatever need be, instead of getting offended when our help is rejected. I hope it makes sense to someone. See ya.